Hello there, it's CriticAL in what is a very, very warm UK at the moment, hence the not wearing black. I wanted to talk today about the Odyssey and Nolan in general. Nolan is one of my favourite film directors. He is pretty much a day one ticket buy, no matter what he makes. He's just made so many films that have blown me away over the years. He is one of the few true creators, auteurs. He is the least likely to turn in some corporate piece of slop that is designed to just mollify the masses. A CG extravaganza that is designed for no reason other than to just be content. He would not have made The Mandalorian and Grogu. It's just as simple as that. He doesn't, really make Marvel films. He does what he wants to do on his own creative merits, and I respect that a lot. And as I said, he will be a day one ticket purchase for me in most instances. I'll be the first to admit that his films aren't always amazing. Dark Knight Rises, weakest of the trilogy by far. Tenet, overly pretentious and boring, and just could have done a lot more, a lot easier. Sometimes, like a lot of true creatives, he is his own worst enemy without anybody to rein him in, given the autonomy that he has, that he's earned himself at this stage of his career. However, none of his movies have garnered attention anything like the Odyssey, which is currently under scrutiny for its casting, for its music choices, and for its dialogue, all of which seem to be completely at odds with the subject material, Homer's The Odyssey, which I read at school. I did a course on it, Classical Civilizations. It's weird that Nolan would choose this moment to suddenly go woke. Now, whether it is a bid for the Oscars, which have their diversity quotas, that I flat out said would ruin films like this, I don't know. But the fact of the matter is that you cannot, Dunkirk, if we look at Dunkirk, let's have a quick look, had zero representation in it. None at all. An entirely white cast, in actual fact. No concessions towards race, identity, or any of that at all. And a fantastic film. Nolan plays around with the concept of time, having these three overlapping timelines tied around the British inventing queuing on Dunkirk Beach. And then obviously that was 2017, so 9 years ago. And if you then go and compare that to the Odyssey, the most egregious thing in my mind is that this Greek epic has no Greeks in it. And that's not very nice to the Greek people. This is important to them. Their culture is very important to them. This is an insult to the Greeks, quite frankly. There are a lot of Greek actors that you could have put in this. They don't have to play. I understand getting a big Hollywood name like Matt Damon, who is a good actor. He's a good actor. Getting him in to act the main role, I get that. That's going to give you what you want in the ways of Hollywood attention. You want people to come to the cinema. He gets on with Damon very well. Nolan picks actors that he knows. Nolan picks actors that he knows he can work with and he knows he can get the best out of. So I don't have a problem with that. If you then look at the rest of the cast, there are some excellent actors in there. Robert Pattinson playing Antinous, the suitor. Yep. Fine. Tom Holland, it'd be nice to see him doing something different. It'd be nice to see him, acting in a way that, hopefully breaks him out of the Spider-Man Marvel sequences that starts to come to an end for him. But then you've got Lupita Nyong'o, supposedly Helen of Troy. I've seen it elsewhere that, you know, she's playing another character. I don't want to say he's deliberately being provocative, but Nolan doesn't do anything without a reason. I don't think this is a case of going woke. I think he'll want to cast people that he knows and he wants to, you know, work with. I do wonder if maybe Tom Holland was responsible for getting Zendaya involved. But what I'm kind of wondering a little bit, and as I go through, I mean, you've got another one is Elliot Page, that doesn't have a role attached on IMDb. Logan Marshall Green also has no role attached. Ryan Hurst, no role attached. We don't know who they're playing. We do know that Himesh Patel is playing Eurylochus. And yeah, overall, it's certainly a cast that, although, well, you know, certainly predominantly white, as I've mentioned, you know, got Benny Safdie as Agamemnon. It's a bit weird. Achilles doesn't seem to have been cast, so maybe there is some validity to that being Elliot Page's role. I don't know. I mean, what I will say is that Nolan generally does things for a reason. It's like the music. The music in this is not going to be some sweeping orchestral epic. It's like kind of a rap synth type thing. Will it work? I don't know. I have not seen the film. The dialogue is very modern for what you would expect from a Greek epic. It's not the original translation. It's some feminist translation that he's chosen. That for me is the biggest red flag. Just that being used. That has me a little bit concerned. I think that what people are missing in all the furore, and there's never been more drama, I suppose would be the word, with one of Nolan's films than there is right here, is that Nolan knows what he's doing. I do not expect, and I might have at one point, but I no longer expect the Odyssey to be a straight retelling of Homer's classic. I have a feeling that Nolan is going to do something challenging with it, maybe over the nature of epics, the way that they're told, mythology potentially. Whether or not that saves the Odyssey and quenches some of the uproar regarding his choices creatively with the film or not, I don't know. It is just too early to tell. It's out in a couple of months. I will be seeing it. I will, of course, review it and give you my, thoughts. But I don't know about this. It could be good. It could be awful. For my part, Oppenheimer was very good. I felt that the trial sequence, the tribunal sequence, was a bit over the top, and some of the choices there were a bit weird, maybe a bit long. But in general, a very good film. This is 2 hours, 52 minutes long. It's an epic, like Nolan tends to make. There's a lot of space there to do things with the material. All I can say really is that I have faith in Nolan. I've never hated one of his films outright. I've never outright just said that I hate that. I've liked some less than others. He is still one of my favourite directors, and I have a certain amount of faith that this will be an epic and not tragic. But time will tell. We'll have to wait and see. It's got people talking. The film is the IMAX previews are sold out in the UK. They sold out back like last June when they went on sale. I don't know if maybe some have been cancelled since then. But the fact is that Nolan is a big name. Nolan puts bums in seats. Nolan has cast big names in this film for a reason. And we'll have to wait and see. As I say, he casts people he likes working with. Matt Damon, he worked with Interstellar. Tom Holland obviously is a new one, but Anne Hathaway, Dark Knight Rises. Robert Pattinson was in Tenet. He tends to have a stable of actors that he works with as a director, and he always brings the best out of those actors. So, yeah, I think we'll just have to wait and see. I'm apprehensive. Let's just put it that way. I'm apprehensive. I'm not walking into it with the highest of expectations, but Nolan, if there's any director out there, I think Nolan is the one that can be given the benefit of the doubt to a certain degree. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens, American accents and all.